Modeling emotional strength for our children. Emotional strength is not something we can teach through words alone. It is something our children absorb from how we live, how we handle pain, how we move through disappointment, and how we repair after we've lost our way. Children don't become emotionally strong because we tell them to be. They become strong because they see us facing hard things without giving up, because they watch us stay kind even when life is unkind, and because we model what it means to be honest, resilient, and real. When we think about what it means to raise emotionally strong children, it's easy to picture confidence, independence, or grit. But true strength is quieter. It's not about pretending to be fine when we're not. It's about feeling deeply without being destroyed by those feelings. It's about staying open when it would be easier to shut down. It's about moving through fear without passing that fear on to someone else. Our children learn all of this by watching us. They learn it in the everyday moments, the way we respond to frustration in traffic, the way we treat ourselves after a mistake, the way we talk about other people when they're not around. Every reaction we have becomes a silent lesson. When we yell, they learn that losing control is how we handle discomfort. When we breathe, pause, and speak calmly, they learn that strong people can stay grounded under pressure. Emotional strength begins with self-regulation. A parent who can recognize their own rising anger or anxiety before it takes over teaches the most powerful lesson of all: awareness. Children are not born with this skill. They borrow it from us first. When we keep our voices steady and our presence gentle in the middle of chaos, we are lending them our nervous system until theirs matures enough to handle stress on its own. That is what co-regulation means. We are their calm before they can create their own. Sometimes, modeling emotional strength means letting our children see the parts of us that are still learning. It's saying, "I was really frustrated earlier and I shouldn't have raised my voice. I'm sorry, I was having a hard moment, but I love you and I'm working on it." Those words are not weakness. They are the blueprint of emotional maturity. When children see us take responsibility, they learn accountability without fear. When they hear us name our emotions, they learn that feelings have language and that emotions can be managed rather than suppressed. It's also in how we treat ourselves. If our children see us fall into self-criticism after a mistake, they'll mirror that inner dialogue. If they hear us say, "I'm such an idiot," when we spill something or forget an appointment, they'll learn that failure deserves punishment. But if we model self-compassion, saying something like, "That was frustrating, but it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes," we're teaching them a gentler form of strength, the kind that doesn't depend on perfection. Emotional strength is not built in the easy moments. It is built in the moments when we are tested. A parent who can take a breath instead of slamming a door is showing a child what strength looks like under pressure. A parent who can admit they don't have all the answers shows that strength and humility can coexist. A parent who can cry and then stand up again shows that vulnerability and resilience are not opposites. We live in a culture that often rewards emotional hardness, where staying busy is seen as coping, where detachment is mistaken for stability, where admitting pain is treated as weakness. But when we model that kind of emotional rigidity, our children learn to armor themselves too early. They learn to disconnect to survive instead of to connect to heal. True emotional strength does not come from hiding feelings. It comes from holding them with honesty and care. Modeling emotional strength also means teaching boundaries. Children watch how we handle disrespect, how we say no, and how we protect our energy. If they see us let people walk all over us, they learn that love means self-abandonment. If they see us set limits calmly and firmly, they learn that strength includes self-respect. It teaches them that compassion for others never requires cruelty toward oneself. And when life gets truly hard, when grief hits, when plans fall apart, when health fails, our children are watching then too. They are watching how we face loss. They are watching how we stay kind when we're hurting. They are watching whether we still find beauty in small things when the big things break. We don't have to hide our tears from them. We can show them that sadness is part of love. We can let them see us rest when we're exhausted, instead of pushing through it at any cost. That shows them that strength is not endurance alone. Strength is also knowing when to pause and when to ask for help. Repair is one of the most powerful ways to model emotional strength. Every relationship includes moments of disconnection. You will lose your temper, you will say things you wish you hadn't. But when you come back and make things right, when you say, "I love you, I shouldn't have spoken that way, I'm sorry," you are teaching your child that relationships can heal. You are showing them that mistakes don't have to end in distance. They can end in deeper trust. Consistency is another pillar of emotional strength. Children feel safest when our words and actions align. If we promise calm and deliver chaos, they learn to distrust. But when we keep showing up, even imperfectly, they learn that love can be steady. They begin to internalize that emotional safety is possible. That is how children grow strong, from knowing that even when life feels unpredictable, the people they love will come back to center. We model emotional strength by the way we handle the world outside the home, too. When we treat waiters kindly, when we speak gently about others, when we choose patience instead of resentment, we are showing our children how to be both strong and good. They learn that power doesn't come from dominance, it comes from integrity. And finally, we teach emotional strength by how we live with ourselves when no one is watching. When we care for our bodies, rest when we need it, and allow ourselves joy without guilt. Our children learn that self-worth is not earned through suffering. They see that strength can be soft, and that peace is something you protect, not perform. Raising emotionally strong children starts with becoming emotionally aware adults. It's not about never breaking. It's about showing our children what repair looks like. It's about being brave enough to feel, humble enough to apologize, and wise enough to keep growing. When we model that kind of strength, gentle, grounded, and honest, our children learn that they don't have to choose between being strong and being kind. They learn that real strength is not about control, but about connection. They learn that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the decision to keep loving through it. And years from now, when they face their own storms, they won't remember every rule or every lecture. They'll remember how it felt to be with us. They'll remember that we stayed calm when things fell apart. They'll remember that love didn't disappear when mistakes were made. They'll remember that even in the hardest moments, they were safe. That memory becomes their foundation. It becomes their strength. It becomes the voice inside them that says, "I can do hard things. I can feel deeply and still be okay. I can be gentle and still be strong." That is what modeling emotional strength really means. It's not about raising perfect children. It's about being the kind of parent who shows through your own imperfect humanity that love and resilience can exist in the same breath